video. What are you doing on the floor? We're just at Jam HQ sorting everything out because we're leaving for Calpe in 2 days' time. Trying to get all the bikes together, and Brown is going to help us.
You nailed it, mate.
It's alright, you're only an hour late.
There's no fucking way. There's no risking breaking it before we go away.
But you could make it turn into a little hairdryer like that.
Go on, take it off.
No way! Indoors?
Yeah.
Nah.
He's shit hot, isn't he?
I mean, like this.
So I've just been reunited back with the Cento 10. Now this is the bike I'm going to be taking out to Calpe. I need to lower it a very small amount on the front end, but in order to do that, you've got to bleed the brakes. I haven't got a bleed kit at home. Brown has. Look how good it is.
It's red.
Red, isn't it?
I like red.
Someone told me it's worth 50 watts.
What, red?
Yeah.
It's the Go Faster colour.
Then you've lost those 50 watts by having your bar tape wrapped all the way up.
Top tip number 1.
Small layer of grease between the rings and the spider, and then it's less likely to creak.
That stops creaking, so it's not about getting it back off more easily. No. Is that your mechanic for One Pro?
Yes. Only for their bigger ones, like Tour of Britain, Tour of Yorkshire.
What's it like when you're at one of those races?
Stressful only because obviously you don't want to mess up, like, so there's that pressure on yourself to, to get it right.
Have you had to, like, while hanging out a window at 60 kilometers an hour, fix someone's shoe or something like that? Well, fair play.
You have to think about that. There might be something that's happened.
I hung out the window at the Ras Munham for the Surrey League team.
Was that something to do with Lawrence's bike going wrong?
No.
Because that tends to happen quite a lot.
So I've just put a layer of fibre grip in the bottom bracket shell. Some people use Loctite, but I don't like the idea of basically gluing against carbon, which seems to hold right, and also as it's got a slight grease property, stops any creaking as well.
Isn't that wiggly washer supposed to go on the other side?
I prefer it on the non-drive side as it adds an interference between the chain set and the bottom bracket. It's just one more thing that if it's not compressed completely, it just adds one more possibility of basically the chain set moving as you're riding. So if the chain set is up against the bearing, it will be the same thing on this side in effect, but I just like that this side is clear, like that one's a cert. So as long as that's pulling tight, then it's going to be, the gear should be more accurate basically.
So I've just been told off by Chris and Brown really harshly for not charging my Di2. You're mean, man.
Adjusting the front mech's pretty hard when it's got no battery.
Well, do you know the lift's on, Brown?
Never heard of it.
Are you as confused as I am?
Yeah.
It looks like George, doesn't it?
He's a better dressed George. He's also got a bigger camera than you.
Shouldn't you be wearing a face mask?
Always.
I'll just protect myself. You know what I think they should make? Like Tamagotchi fits on the front of your bike where the Wahoo is. To keep it alive, you've got to do a certain amount of mileage every day.
I'm in.
It's a brilliant idea. Think of all the kids that would be like, I'm going to ride my Tamagotchi.
There'd be less fat kids in the world, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
Sold.
A new bike and you've just got it out of the box, ultimately one of these would be worth a look at to make sure that the hanger has not been bent or anything. What
is that?
That is a hanger alignment tool. Screws in where the mech is, and then you can check the hanger is true to the wheel, and that will give you perfect shifting obviously once the mech is set up.
One of those is fairly expensive,
yes,
and bike shops tend to not lend out tools, which is totally fair.
Fair
what
enough,
can someone do if they haven't got one of those?
So rough guide, I mean it's not going to necessarily make the gears perfect, but it's a quick way of checking. If you look through the chain in the middle of the sprockets, basically make sure that the bottom jockey wheel looks in line. If it's sat like this or like this, then obviously it needs adjustment, but you should be able to look straight through and see a perfect line all the way through, and that will help with the gears. Looking at the chain there and the chain up here, and ideally you want to be able to draw a straight line through them. If this one is bent that way or that way, or swinging either way, then you know that it needs an adjustment.
You're working on my bike and it's absolutely brand new. Why are your hands covered in filth?
Good question.
It's just a mechanic thing. Is it permanent?
I planted some coffee plants, I think maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. And I don't know if I'm just watering soil and they're dead in there, or if they're germinating. How long would I expect to wait until I saw some physical evidence of life? Because at the moment it's just soil. And I've put the cling film on to like a greenhouse effect.
Isn't coffee supposed to be like planted in a hot country?
Yeah, but now we've not got the aircon on, it is like a hot country here.
Put it in the comments, viewers, if you know the answer. Otherwise, Jess is going to do this face. George messaged me just like, oh dear, do you want the gold ones? Didn't realise they were the full ceramic ones. So it's ceramic race and ceramic bearings. So to find a mount that was Wahoo and GoPro underneath, 90 quid that cost.
You've spent a lot of money today in the last couple of days, haven't you?
We haven't told the viewers yet what I just bought though, have we? So I may have just pulled the trigger on a drone. I've ordered it next day delivery, so it should get here before CalPay. Mavic Air in red, which is a weird colour, but it was like 50 quid cheaper. Red.
Oh, is it red?
Yeah, it's worth 50 watts, I told you already.
Worth 50 watts and how much cheaper?
You just don't like red.
No, I don't. It angers me. Really? I'm like a bull.
So here is the final setup for CalPay. We've taken a little bit off the steerer and looks a lot neater now. As James said, it still should be biomechanically okay. Fitted my AliExpress GoPro and Wahoo mount. Gave it a quick once over, hanger was straight. Popped in the new full ceramic jockey wheels. I'll let you know if I can notice a difference. Wended chain and info crank, 170mm, nice big chainring. Super excited to ride this in a couple of days time. Tomorrow I'm gonna go and pick up my new spin wheels. I think Drew's gonna actually make me finish building them like last time. And fingers crossed there'll be space in the van to actually take them to CalPay and switch them over then. Oh no, brace yourself. We're onto George's bike.
What's going to fall off? Is that what you mean?
He's just going to tell you can't take any of it to CalPay and you have to get a new bike. Check the steerer that he hand cut.
We hand cut.
I mean, you did the actual cutting.
Under your supervision.
Okay,
Yeah.
slightly lower. You'll be more aero now.
As long as I don't have my seaman beard on, then I'm good.
Oh, put it on.
My sailor beard. Career as a professional seaman. With the backcomb beard.
I'm disgusted at this bar tape, George.
Yeah, you're allowed to be.
It is shocking.
Yeah, that's a...
Hang on, let's see. Did you actually go? Yes, look at that. That's quality.
I've made
Actually,
a video on how to wrap bar tape properly
And it
in
was right.
your here.
I didn't watch that.
Look at
You
this
were
one.
here.
This one actually ends up
Did I
this
help?
way,
Hold on. So,
coming over the top, which is the correct rotation.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, some people
Yeah.
believe otherwise. This one
doesn't.
goes the other way.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll probably
Oh,
turn-
you've got it
I'll probably
back.
turn-
Look.
it's a George mechanic moment.
What's he done?
Brake shoes are upside down.
Upside down.
Classic.
Don't tell Jess. But you put her brake shoes on upside down.
I think I remember doing that. I think there was a reason why I did it at the time, but it's probably a bad reason.
Maybe she was reversing.
I think she was just planning on going backwards for a long time.
So basically, if your brakes are squealing, to get the most performance out of the brake, you want them square. But sometimes when they're square, if there's like tiny bit of play in the brake, if there's movement anywhere, they can squeal. So basically you want to just toe them in a slight bit.
What's causing the squeal?
Vibration.
Vibration.
Starts
So
to
them being
squeal.
square, them kind of like going...
You need the fronts to touch first,
Yeah.
and then the backs. I mean, not crazy amounts. So a nice way to do it is just get a slightly thick zip tie, shove it in behind the brake
Before you do it up.
before you do it up. No, so it's already done up to the square setting.
Yeah.
Slide it in at the back, pull the brake on,
And do it up again.
do it up, and then you're good to go. That will give you a
So that's then offset that brake to be slightly toe in.
towed, yeah.
Would you do both or
Yes.
just one?
Do both.
Both.
Does it improve the braking performance as well?
I thought
Controversial.
best braking performance is dead straight.
Most pad.
Yeah.
Most pad
All
touching.
pad.
But I think all the pad is touching
It
by the
does
point
when
you
they're
squeeze,
tight.
because they squish a bit, don't they? Someone in the comments will know, braking performance, is it reduced when you have them toe in? Right, that was a long drive home. I want to end today's video with 3 quick things. 1. Day after tomorrow, we've got a 20-hour drive to CalPay. I'm going to be in the van with George and Chris. We've got to utilise the time somehow, so we're going to do a Q&A. Comments down below, anything you want to know about cycling, running a small business, riding 24-hour TTs, filmmaking, or whatever really. Put your comments down below and we're going to do our best to answer them. 2. Tomorrow I'm heading up to SpinOnThese HQ. I'm going to catch up with Drew because he's going to help me finish off the build for some new 58mm race wheels. I'm going to be dropping these wheels back to him. But what am I going to be doing with these wheels? You'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out. 3. Huge thanks to Brown. Brown is the mechanic who helped us at Time Lapse and he's worked with a bunch of pro teams. He's a mobile mechanic and if you've got a race team or a club, check out his details down below. And there isn't many people better. You should definitely check him out. I need to get editing. Thank you as always for watching and see you tomorrow for some wheel talk. Goodbye for now.